Okay, lesson 13. We're going to start from this Tashma. We're on Chav Ches Amud Aleph in the third parak of Baba Kama. This is parak Hameiniach. And Tashma always means that we're going to bring a proof or a question on an Amoira based on a Brisa or a Mishnah. So bring a Tanaic source as a proof or a question on an Amoira. And what we should know from before, just as an introduction, is that we had a machlekes between Rav Yehuda and Rav Nachman. If a person is allowed to take the law into his own hands, Rav Yehuda held that you're not allowed to. You have to go to Bezdin. And Rav Nachman said that no, you are allowed to take the law into your own hands. And we said that they both agree if he would lose money by going to Bezdin. Let's say he wouldn't be able to prove it or something. So then he would be allowed to take the law into his own hands, even according to Rav Yehuda. But if Bezdin would paskin that he would get the same money that he's losing right now, it would be reimbursed. So in that case, Rav Yehuda would hold that better to go to Bezdin. You must go to Bezdin, and Rav Nachman says no. It doesn't matter. You can do it on your own. Well, Tashima, come in here. We're going to bring a proof, and it brings a proof from this brisa. It says, "Shor she'ola al gabi chaver." If an ox goes on top of its friend, lahorgoi, to kill him, to kill the ox's friend. It means another ox. I'll just add in another. I don't know if oxen actually have friends, but maybe they do. Okay, another ox. Uba balatachten, and the owner of the lower ox came. Ba means came, and bal hatachten. Tachten is lower, so Balatachten, the owner of the lower one, came. V'shamar eshalei, and he pulled out the lower one. V'nafal elyon, the upper one, fell down. Well, it didn't have the lower one that was underneath it, so it fell. Umeis, and the upper one died. So, in essence, the lower one killed the upper one. However, the owner of the lower one, that is, killed the upper ox, and the din is that he's potter, and the reason is because, sorry for that sound, that bell. The din is that he's saving. The din is that he's potter because he's saving his. He was allowed to do that to rescue his own ox. Now this seems that he's allowed to take the law into his own hand. He didn't have to run to Bezdin. The gemara says, "My lav, is it not?" Now the word "my" always means what, but as a phrase, I put this together as a phrase. My lav, right? It's an idiom. My lav, is it not? We'll just ignore the what part. My lav, is it not? Bemuad, that we're talking about an ox that gores. It gored 3 times. The lekapseda. Okay, now let's go over to another page so we can draw this out, the difference between a tam and a muad. Okay, I put over here the tachten. I'm not sure how to move it around. I would like to put him underneath, but anyway, he's there. He's stuck there, and this is the alien. He's about to jump on top. He's going to try to kill him. Let's make believe this guy is a muad. Whoops. All right, muad. Now, muad means, let's put over here, muad means that it gored 3 times already. Actually, muad literally means that it was forewarned, so it was forewarned, right? That's an N, forewarned. But anyway, whatever the case is, it gored 3 times, and a tam, I like the word tam because it's the same as in English. Tame, and it either gored once, let's do once, twice, I'm sorry about that, twice, or 3 times. That's a mistake. It didn't gore 3 times. It gored once or twice. I think that's my eraser. Let's see. Yeah, once or twice. Once or twice a time. Okay, now let's get back to the halacha. The halacha is a muad pays full damages, and the tam pays half. Okay, so this one, if it's a muad, then he would have to pay the full damages for the victim, for the tachten. So back to the gemara, it says my lav b'muad, which means that there would be no loss. Let's move this over. The lekapseda, there would be no loss. And nevertheless, even though there's no loss, the person was allowed to take the law into his own hands and not have to go to Bezdin. You see, if he would go to Bezdin, Bezdin would make him pay for the whole thing. So there's really no loss. It would be nice if he had his own cow, but maybe he had some sentimental. He liked that cow. Maybe he called it Billy or something. But whatever the case is, he was allowed to take the law into his own hands, and that would be a proof to Rav Nachman that you're allowed to take the law into your own hands. So the Gemara says, hey, you do not have that such a great proof because loy, that is not the case. It's rather we're talking about betam. We're talking about a tam, and like we said over here, if it's a tam, I would erase this little thing here. Let's erase the muad, and we'll write in instead that this guy is a tam. Now, if this tam is going to kill this lower ox, then he's going to have to pay only half, which means the owner of the lower is going to actually lose half the value. Now, that's a problem. Okay. Betam, the ikab say that then there is a loss. Ikab means there is a loss. Okay. Fine. So you have no proof to Rav Nachman. It could be that there's going to be a loss, and if there's a loss, then everyone agrees. So the Gemara now says, if so, Ema Seifa, let's say the end of the Brisa. Ema is like I will say. Or let's say I will say. The end of the Brisa. The end of the Brisa says, Dochvula El Yainu Meis. If instead of pulling out the lower one, he pushed off the upper one. So it did a direct damage, and then it died. So then the din is chayev. The Gemara says, Vi betam, if it's an animal that's tame, and therefore he only has to pay half price. The reason why he has to pay half price is like, I understand it because it's more like an accident. Such an animal never causes damage. So, but whatever the case is, he has to pay half price. So, amai chayev? Why is he chayev for killing the upper animal? If he doesn't kill the upper animal, he's going to lose his animal. He's going to lose half of it because Bezdin is only going to make him pay half. Is going to make the upper one only pay half, and you should be allowed to take the law into your own hands if there's a loss according to everyone. So the Gemara answers, he should have pulled out the lower one instead of pushing off the upper one. Let's just put that in. He should have pulled it. And he didn't. Instead, he caused direct damage. Okay, so basically what we're saying is, we started off with a proof to Reb Nachman that you're potter if you pull out the lower one. And we thought that would be a proof because we considered it a place where there was no loss. It was a muad. And we said, no, actually it's no proof, it's a tam. And we said, if it's a tam, then we have a problem with the seifa. So it must be that it's a muad. And if it's a muad, then our original proof would come back from the Resha that you're potter even when there's no loss, which means you're allowed to take the law into your own hands. So the Gemara said that actually the Seifa could be talking about a tam. And nevertheless, you should have pulled it out, and you didn't. You didn't pull out your own. Instead, you pushed off the upper one, which you caused the direct damage. So then you're going to be chayev for that damage. There's a little Tosfos here that explains this well. And we're not going to do it now, but we will do it at another point. Okay.